Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Pieter Buist, who will fight on Levels Fight League 18, June 15th. Hello, Peter. How are you?
I'm blessed, and you?
I'm good too, and I'm really happy that you are back in the cage because last time you
Yeah,
fought it was about a year ago, and
yeah,
right now you will be fighting against the fighter who definitely likes to finish the fights because all the wins that he had are like the finishes. So if you can tell
hmm
me, what do you think about him as the opponent, and how do you feel about like 1 week before the fight?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I had a rough couple of years, but I'm back on a positive way. I got some rough things happening in privately and physically also. I got an injury last year, and I got had to do surgery, so I was a year out. But I'm back and better, so I'm excited for the fight. I'm excited for the opponent. He's a finisher, so. And I like to finish people also, so it will be a good fight in my way, of course. But we will see how it ends. Knockout or submission, I don't care, but we will win.
And when you were injured, were you a little bit stressed that maybe it will be even longer than 1 year?
Yeah, to be honest, it was a serious injury. I got I cannot say how it happened, but it was outside my yeah my power. What happened? So. But I had to do surgery, and yeah, my nerve in my arm was damaged. So it was always a question if I could come back, but it healed good. So it's not still quite there yet, but it's almost perfect. So I can kill people again. So I'm happy.
And actually, you did it in your last fight because you finished your opponent in quite a brutal guillotine choke. So probably it was
Yeah.
that also quite a sweet moment because he tapped in the just like 1 second or even less.
Yeah. It was a fast fight. My last opponent. It was also a hectic fight because he had a fight in Cage Warriors, and my opponent pulled out, so he flew over. But the problem is, I'm a lightweight fighter, and he was a middleweight fighter, and he didn't want to drop down, so I fought at middleweight, so he was a much heavier. But we did what we have to do. We finished him, and with this opponent also, we're going to finish him.
And of course, you had this kind of long career. You fought in many promotions. We will talk about it also a little bit later. But you won your last fight. But before that, you were on the like losing streak. Of course, against really
Yeah.
good opponents because it was like Kolgan, it was Rabadanov, so a lot of very good fighters. And at that point. Did you think that maybe the like this streak can be a little bit like even longer because it can be like when you are fighting all the time with the very good fighters, there is a risk that you lose the fight. So did you think that maybe the your career on the like super high level will be like end?
No, I didn't think about that because I knew what was wrong. Privately, a lot of stuff going on, so my head wasn't there the last 4 years. So in one and in Bellator, I had some things happening to me in my life that wasn't positive, and it dragged me down, and I let it drag me down. So yeah, I had to recoup myself, and I changed a lot in my life, privately, but also physically and mentally. And now I'm in a better place, much better place, and I'm yeah ready to test myself again. So I'm 37. I'm in my prime. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm. It's better. The 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 saddest thing is I could have won all those fights that I lost, but I lost my to myself. But that's a part of the fight game. Unfortunately, it can happen, and it's only you are in control, and I let the control in somebody else's hands, and but no more. Now I'm in control, and I'm doing the best I can, and I will succeed.
And before that, you on from 2016 to 2020, you were unbeatable in 8 fights. It was quite a long
Yeah.
winning streak. At that point, like
hmm
2019, maybe 2020, did like UFC offered you any like chance for fighting for them either by Contender Series or even like going straight to the UFC?
The contender series wasn't there yet. When I won the world title at WFL, I got a Bellator contract, but there was a lot of yeah promises, but not a lot of people were not making them come true. So I had to make a choice, and at that moment, my manager got an offer from one championship. We were talking with the UFC at the time, but their roster was completely full, so I had to wait. And yeah, I wanted to fight, so I chose to sign with one championship at that time, and I had a good time there. It was awesome in Asia. I miss it sometimes, but I had a good time there. And then after my contract was over, I signed with Bellator, and then my ACL got ruptured. I had to do surgery on my knee, and then I had to fight Rabadonov immediately. I thought I won that fight, to be honest, but yeah, he did a good thing. So then against Archie, I shouldn't have a fight. I shouldn't took that fight. I should have took that fight. It was a bad decision from my part because I was mentally not there. Was a lot of things happening, a lot of shit things was happening in my life. There's no excuse when you take the fight. You have to be a man and bear the consequences. But if I looking back, it was not the best decision to take the fight. But it is what it is. I learned from it. It was a bitter pill to swallow, but I learned from it again. It made me a better fighter, a better man, and a better person. So let's go.
But of course, you especially at one in one, you fought against really good fighters. You won like with Caruso fight, which I think that he's also really good fighter, and then you won
hmm
without like much of the problems. So I think that even when you not get to the UFC, you fought in like other best promotions, Bellator one,
Yeah,
and the level of fighters that you fought against for many years also it's kind of crazy. It's like definitely you could be in the UFC, like if you are talking about like
of
pure
course.
skills and experience.
Yeah. With the skills and experience, I could go to the UFC. Maybe still, I don't know. I'm 37, so I don't know. At one time I was the number two. Yeah, the number two. And in Bellator I was in the top 10. But then yeah, shit happened and yeah, took me down a little bit. But yeah, I'm a religious guy, so I think God had a purpose for those kind of things, for those kind of situations for me. So it made me a little bit more grown up. I had to grow up in those bad times, and it's I blame it all on myself, of course, but it is what it is. Maybe you see, you never know. But we after this fight, we're talking with other promotions, so you never know where I'm going after this one.
And before your starting your MMA career, you also fought in Muay Thai. And was it
Yeah.
like Muay Thai your first combat sport that you ever trained, or did you have any like additional background?
No, I started with judo, and I fought a lot in judo. I was at one time I had bronze in the Europeans, but I was a younger guy. I was, I think, 9 years old, 10 years old. And then I got in a fight with my big brother, and I threw him in a throw, and he started punching me in the face. And with judo, you cannot punch. And I was like, what the fuck? So I started doing kickbox of Muay Thai. And yeah, I'm from city Breda, and at that time you had Golden Glory in my city. So I started training Muay Thai because in our city, every kid almost did Muay Thai, and you had to defend yourself because I'm from a rough neighborhood. So I started training and I got addicted and I did over 100 kickboxing fights with new class, C class, B class, and A class combined. But I never got satisfied by kickboxing. I didn't like it that much. I was good at it, but I didn't really like it. And I really liked MMA. So when I was 22, 23, after a period of also bad times, I made a decision to do MMA, and yeah, it was a good choice.
And when you started like MMA training, what did you thought about like BJJ, about wrestling? Because of course you had this kind of judo background, but probably it was from many years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I When I started MMA, I did some ground things, but not specifically. And I remember I was European champion in MMA, and then I trained with I got a yeah Rainier the Riddle, everybody knows him. He's my training partner, and he asked me to join him in MMA if in an MMA class, and that was the first time we trained together. And then we started to do some sparring, and he submitted me so many times. He kicked my ass on the ground, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then Rainier and my trainer Harun, they started Combat Brothers, and they asked me to join. The first day, I went on the bicycle back home. I grabbed my bag, I came back, and I trained. And since that, I was there from day one. Since then, I trained everything: wrestling, BJJ, grappling, Muay Thai, boxing, MMA. I did everything. Still doing, of course.
So probably with training with the like this kind of level of the fighter is also especially at the beginning kind of crazy because we can see how good RDR is in the UFC. Of
Yeah.
course, before that also he beat very good fighters. He was like champion. So probably it was a kind of crazy experience.
Yeah, but for us, we grew up in the MMA when we started almost at the same time, and we grew together to the highest place. I remember when he signed with one, and after that, I become world champion, and I signed with one, and for us, it was just we were really sober about it. Uh, and we were like, yeah, we're just doing our thing. At one point, we were fighting in for 30,000 people. And for us, it was just like, we went to Asia for 5 days, fight on Friday, fly back on Saturday. Monday, we were training. And for us, it was nothing like, whoa, special. We just did our thing. We fight. And, sometimes we were training and our manager called, hey, Peter, can you fight next week? Okay. Then we jumped in the airplane. We kick ass and we went back. For us, it's just fighting. We enjoy the process. I think for Raini's also the same thing. We enjoy the process and we don't make a big thing about it. We just do what we have to do, we have in the back of our head we know what we have to do to become the best because we don't train to participate, but to be the best, of course. We're here to dominate, and yeah. But after that, it's fun. We just have fun. Uh, we just doing our thing and enjoy the process.
And currently in your gym, Combat Brothers, do you have young fighters maybe on the amateur level,
Oh,
maybe like early pro that you know that they can be like new crop of the fighters from Netherlands?
yeah, we have a lot. We have Ricardo, Brian, Walid. We also train with a lot of other fighters. Erko is he's defending his title in Brave this weekend. We have Jarno, who's just got cut, unfortunately, by the UFC, but he trains also with us. We have Alain, we have Aiton, Rashid. Ooh, we have a lot of fighters, a lot of fighters. Yeah, and a lot of talented fighters. So we have a lot of people coming up. We have also Ramsey. We have how much? We have more, and we have also a lot of people who coming from other countries and other gyms who train with us. So there's always a prospect, but there's a lot of prospects. Don't get me wrong, but if they don't bring the sacrifice, they won't ever come where we are. Because talent is not difficult. It's not difficult to find, but you have the little bit of craziness into you that you train more, even if you get homeless or shit. You don't give a fuck. You just go. You get injured, you recover, and you come back. A lot of people, when they have an ACL injury or a serious injury, they think about quitting. But for us, it's, oh, okay, I have an injury. I will come back stronger. It's the only thing that I on my mind. I will come back stronger.
Yes, you probably has to have this kind of hunger, the willingness
Yeah,
to sacrifice, because of course talent is great, but it's just the beginning of everything.
it's just the
Because
beginning. Yes,
yes, yes, without hard work, it's like talent will not you get to like championship
it's
level.
nothing. Because if you're talented and you're fighting somebody who works hard, you will lose. You will lose. Trust me.
And about your career, because you had so many good and great moments in your career. But if you can tell me,
Hmm.
what was the best fight of your career in your opinion, or maybe the best like single moment?
Best fight, I think, against Edward Folayan, because that fight I didn't train for that because my youngest son was born, and I didn't train for 2 3 weeks, and they called me if I wanted to fight a week later. So I jumped in the plane and I fought Edward and I won. And I think the best moment, I think when I became world champion, or beating Edward, or when my last fight when my son was there for the first time. That was also a moment I will never forget.
And probably you had still a few years on the really high level that you can create more of this kind of moments.
Yeah, trust me, you didn't see nothing. Trust me, there will be more.
And like from the fans perspective, do you have a like maybe one or few fighters that you really like to watch, but of course not from your gym, but just to when you watch like UFC or any other big show?
Yeah, of course, I like to watch Israel Adesanya. I really like him. Who do I like more? Even more. Like Israel, I really like because he has the same style as me. Uh, I like. Who? Hmm. Yeah, I have to think about it. But Israel is more my kind of guy. I really like his style. Yeah, of course, Alex Pereira, I really like to watch, of course. You know, they no fuss, just go. Who more? Yeah. And yeah, oh wait, one guy. One guy I'm really a fan of is Charles Oliveira. I like his style because he has the same career path of me because he's not, of course, on a he made it a little bit bigger, and I'm not there yet. But he lost a lot of fights, almost got cut, wins a couple fights, then lose again a lot of fights, wins a couple fights, and then he found himself, and now he's where he at. And I really like those kind of things. I really like those kind of stories because that's a true warrior. And John Jones, of course, don't get me wrong. When he fights, I watch because he's a legend. But Charles Oliveira is a guy who he can quit. He had a reason to quit a lot of times, but he still was going. Same as Michael Bisping when he became champion. My respect was there.
And about Charles, do you think that he will beat Ilya because it will happen in just few weeks?
Yes, he will win.
And
Uh, he
do you
will
think
win.
that he will be able to submit Ilya?
What did you say?
Do you think that he will be able to submit Ilya?
I think so. Yeah, I really think so. I think he will submit. Uh, I think he will do something spectacular. That this will be a hard fight and that he will go down, but he will submit him. But I don't underestimate Ilya because, bro, that guy can kill people. It's not normal. It's not normal his power, but it's now lightweight, so you never know.
And of course, Charles got this kind of thing that he can lose a fight, be on the ground, but he still is able to either submit him someone or like win by a like head kick knockout. He got so many tools that even if he is losing the fight, he still can win it. And
He's
it's
always
like,
dangerous.
yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's always dangerous. That's why I like. You think, oh my God, he's losing them, Whoop, and then, well, I really like that.
And after this fight, because there is like quite a big chance that you will finish your opponent. But when you are thinking
Yeah,
about like rest of the year, would you like to fight like maybe one, maybe two more times?
yeah. We're now in June. I think one or two times at least one. I really want to fight in Japan, so with Risen or of those kind of that kind of organization. So my eyes are on that. But at least I want one fight this year, at least. But if two is possible, then we will do it.
And actually like fighting for Ryzen, when I watched your fights and checked like the places that you fought like all over the world, so it's
Yeah,
also kind of crazy that sometimes there is a fighter who's like fighting for maybe one country or in the one or two countries, but like in the like Europe, but you fought in the whole world. So I think that also
I've
from
been. Yeah,
the experience as the like human being is kind of interesting, that you go somewhere and like know a little bit people, know about culture, but you still know that you will be working there.
yeah, yeah, of course, of course. I've been literally all over the world, from Europe, Asia, America. Yeah, the only thing I place I didn't fought was the North Pole or something. I've been everywhere. So yeah, but I like Asia. I really like it. America I also like, but Asia is something special. I don't know what it is. Especially Japan's. And I never fought in Japan. I fought all over Asia, but Japan I didn't. So that's on my list.
Yes, but probably when you have like many fights in your career still, Japan would be a good place to fight. It's probably will
Yes,
happen
yeah.
also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still have 3, 4 years into me. I think 3 years into me. So Japan will at least. Or maybe you never know. KSW is also there. Octagon is there. So you never know.
Yes, there
I'm
are.
open for everything. If I can fight and they pay good, then I'm there.
Actually, in Europe, there are a few really good promotions. Even like right now, the Levels Fight League is also like they put on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
great shows, and of course, like you mentioned, KSW, Octagon, or like Cage Warriors for many years. So there are
Hmm.
a few very good places.
Yeah, of course. So hey, I'm open for all of them. So, but I want to fight on the after this fight, I want to fight on the big stage again. So KSW, Octagon, or Risen, those kind of organizations. And then there, I want to hunt for the title and hold it for as long as possible. And then I think when I'm 40, then it's okay. Then I'm going to chill with my girlfriend and the kids, and then
Okay, Peter. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope
no
that you will
problem.
add another finish, and you
We
still
will.
fight this year, and maybe like the Japan also will happen later this year.
I we will fight for it. I don't ho do hope. We will go for it. Japan it is.